It was the year 2006 or maybe 2007. Either way, it was around 20 years ago. Wait, is that right? Anyway, an evangelical friend of mine and I were having a conversation about the similarities and differences between our faiths. As he asked me questions about my faith, I was appalled by how unprepared I was to answer them. This would eventually set me on a path to do more spiritual reading, which got me super excited about my faith, which led me to this channel, which led me to learn more about my faith. You get the point. But all of that happens later. Toward the end of this conversation, he asked me a simple question. How was my prayer life? I winced a bit because at the time, it was atrocious. I'm talking downright terrible. I went to Mass on Sundays and other days of holy obligation, but that's about it. I was honest and said that I wished I would do better. And then it happened. On May 15th, 2013, yes, exactly 13 years ago, on the day this video is being released, two little boys, a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old, became a part of our family. But instead of being laid up in a bed in a hospital room, I stood before a judge agreeing to adopt these children as my own. Instead of my boys being wrapped up in baby blankets with a hospital band around their tiny little wrists, my boys were looking quite cute and handsome in their suits and clip-on ties. According to the state, it was now as if the boys had been born to me. I was immediately brought closer to God. There is nothing quite like loving adopted children and wanting the very best for them, and watching them rebel against you and your rules while they struggle through life that will make you look inward and realize you've been doing the same to the Father as his adopted children. There's also nothing like the sleepless nights of worry that open up a constant line of communication with God and his saints. Saint Monica, pray for us. Saint Joseph, foster father of Jesus, pray for us. Saint Nymphna, pray for us. Those two little boys are now young men. Even now, I reach out to God in prayer for them every day. I wished for a better prayer life, and God gave me my boys. In Paul's letter to the Romans, he wrote, "For those who are led by the Spirit of God are children of God. For you did not receive a spirit of slavery to fall back into fear, but you received a spirit of adoption, through which we cry, Abba, Father." The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are children of God, and if children, then heirs, heirs of God and joint heirs with Christ, if only we suffer with him, so that we may also be glorified with him. So basically, God looked at our messy, rebellious lives and said, that one. I want that one to be my heir. I don't deserve it. It is strange how God teaches us. I have heard all throughout my life that we are adopted sons and daughters of God, and I understood that intellectually. But then I became an adoptive parent myself, and suddenly that phrase, adopted children of God, seemed a bit different. I love these boys completely. They didn't earn it. They didn't behave perfectly. They didn't always listen. Eventually, the uncomfortable realization hit me like a ton of bricks. Oh, this is what I've been doing to God for years. When I told my friend I wanted a better prayer life, I think I had this image of myself becoming some kind of prayer warrior. I imagined quiet mornings with a leather-bound journal, the smell of incense, and a profound sense of inner peace. I thought God would give me a boost in willpower, like a spiritual software update that made me more disciplined. Instead, he gave me 2 kids with infinite energy and a knack for testing every boundary. I wanted quiet time with God. He gave me survival time, where I had no choice but to cling to him. I found prayer time in the chaos of wrestling matches and birthday parties and the desperate whispers of, Lord, give me patience, before walking into a parent-teacher conference. Looking back, my friend asked me how my prayer life was. At the time, I thought the solution would come from discipline alone. But God answered that prayer in a way I never would have expected. Sometimes, when we ask God to change our habits, he changes our lives instead. Now, go and watch one of these videos. Even now, not a day goes by that I don't, foot cramp.